Hi, this is Rick Michaels, and this is an example of how Freezerworks can be integrated into the Hamilton auto storage system. This is using Freezerworks without customization, but already out of the box. Now, Hamilton has a number of systems, but this is the one I'm using in the demonstration, an example that was given to us that we've talked about customizing specifically for. Instead, we'll use the customer configuration. We're going to configure a freezer to match that cold room diagram and also configure a holding area for the trays that will be placed into it. Those trays will be scanned into Freezerworks using a 2D scanner. Now here at Configure Freezers, you can configure any of your customers' freezers and storage units. We're going to be looking at two here that I've configured: cold room and holding. Look at the cold room first. I've created two modules. Additional modules can be easily added. And here's an example of how freezers and freezer sections are set up at this screen. We have a section, shelf, tray, position. For module A, I've set up 32 sections, each with 32 shelves, 5 trays per shelf, and 81 positions per tray. And this can be easily changed to match your configurations. My boxes are 9 by 9. You may be using 10 by 10 or 8 by 8. And here's the expandable tree structure that we use to visually show the freezers. And here's the module A with the shelves, the 32 shelves. And then we use the assign alias feature to assign the shelf IDs that you have in your Hamilton example. We would just scan these in. For each shelf would have its unique number that shows you where in the cold room it is. Module B is then created as well using a template of Module A. Holding is where the trays are held until they're imported into Freezerworks and then placed into the cold room. And here's an example of my holding tray here. 20 trays, 81 positions. So I'm going to have a holding area of 20 trays. The next step is then, let's show you how you would import one of these trays into Freezerworks. Now this tray is placed on a 2D flatbed scanner. It's scanned, all the IDs are scanned and the locations in the tray, and then we will import that using what I've configured Hamilton import. We're going to import samples with aliquots and interactive auto-assign aliquot positions. Now I've configured a database to include two IDs from the sample 2D box scan. Hamilton ID is a sample identifier and aliquot ID for the aliquot identifier. So we can see here, this is my export file that I've gotten from the scanner, and these are the numbers that will be imported into them. Selecting Press Import, I then select the text file that I've created from the flatbed scanner, and then I select holding because that's where I'm going to place it, and select OK, and then the data is then imported. The box is now imported into Freezerworks into the holding freezer, all 81 aliquots. Hit OK, and then we can see here our 81 aliquots have been imported into Freezerworks. And they've been placed into the first tray in our holding tray. So the next step, we're going to look at this visually using Explore Freezers. So here we are at Explore Freezers. I go to open up holding tray, tray 1, and here is the tray we just imported, all 81 aliquots in the proper order. If you double click on any aliquot, you can come to the entry screen where you can do all the information in your limbs that you need to do for any sample that's in the database, assigning tests and so forth. And assign alias here is where we would scan the ID number that's on the actual tray so that we can link it up like so for easy location of our boxes. Now trays are easily moved from holding to the cold room using the Move Aliquots feature. And here is our Move Aliquots feature. We expand holding tray, we find tray 1, and then this is the tray that we've just imported, and We're now ready to move it into the cold room. Let's go ahead and move it to Module A, and we'll place it into the first shelf in Section 1. And to do that, we just drag and drop it. So here we are at Tray 1. We drag it into Tray 1 in the cold room. We confirm the move here and here. We move the alias so that the ID stays with it. And now you can see that the tray is now in the cold room. So this is an easy way to go ahead and move those trays into the cold room and into Freezerworks. Let's look at that move from Explore Freezers again now. And we'll go to View Inventory, Explore Freezers. Let's go ahead and open up Cold Room now, Module A, Section 1. We can see here is our tray in Shelf 1, like so. We can also use Explore Alias to scan a tray or a shelf ID and go directly to it. All our aliases are listed here, and so we scan it right here at the alias, hit OK, and then the alias or the tray box, the tray ID is listed here. And from here you can do a number of things that you need to do for management. You can clear positions, add aliquots, copy to shipping file, check them out, all from this screen. Or you can double click on any aliquot and go into the sample record to maybe order tests, check the audit trail, any number of tasks that you would want to do with your limbs. If you have any questions on this demonstration, please feel free to contact me at that address. Thank you.